Hi, it's 12:34 right now, Mountain Time, and we've just finished up the 48-hour race for the ST8 Sundowner. And with me is Kat Carjack from the 24-hour ST8 Sundowner race, and you are the only female solo competitor, actually the only female competitor in that race, and she happens to be my wife. So I thought we'd talk here a little bit of how your experience was in survival trial. This is your first survival trial.
It is, yes. My overall experience, I think, was really great. I did a lot of things that I really wasn't expecting to do. I didn't realize how much really. I knew I would do a lot of walking and that it would be hard, but it still was even more so than I thought it would be.
Yeah. What made it more difficult?
The heavy pack I was carrying. Yeah, the heavy pack and going up, when I was up in the mountains, going up, the inclines, it was hard.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the weather too.
The weather made it a little more challenging. Yes, it wasn't raining and it wasn't ever dry. There was always a constant visible mist, enough where it would collect on my hat brim and be dripping down at points, and yes, it was always wet.
Yeah, and cold too.
And cold.
Especially a lot of the teams down south here, they didn't have the shelter from the canyons up north.
Yes.
But it still didn't matter. Up north, we had a lot of frost on the trees and things like that. So.
And we could hear the wind too, where we were. There was only pieces of it that we could start to feel, but we could hear it blowing and blowing, and we're thankful that we were in an area that it wasn't just pounding us.
Yeah. So you got to negotiate Hornady's Guardians stage, which was MS-13, and that's where it's up in the Whittington Center side, it's Neil Canyon. That's where you had to pull the jig and engage with the scion.
Oh, yes.
What did you think about that scenario?
I thought that was a really great scenario. I thought there were so many different aspects of it with the shooting and the movement and the carrying that heavy jake and all of those moving parts to it. It was probably, I did 3 scenarios out here. I think that was my funnest one because it involved the shooting and it was active.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I liked it.
First aid with that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, that jake there weighed probably about 160 pounds.
Was it? Okay.
Which is dead weight. That's about what your husband weighs. So.
No, I actually thought that when I was pulling it. I was like, well, I could pull John out of someplace, but he wouldn't look good afterwards.
Yeah, that's great though. I heard your marksmanship was very good.
It was better than I thought it would be. Yeah.
That's great.
I heard a few pings in there.
Yeah. What were the other? Did you do any physical obstacles?
I did one physical obstacle. It was physical obstacle 1, I believe, where it was. I don't remember the actual name of it, but we had to build a 3-sided shelter with logs or sticks, whatever, that had to be at least my height for me to fit into from shoulder width to shoulder width to block elements.
Good. How long did that take you?
6 minutes.
6 minutes? Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Maybe in like 6 minutes 34 seconds, or maybe not even that. There's a 4 in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Under 7 minutes.
Yeah, you were thinking outside of the box then for that.
Hey, Logan, look at there.
I'll be up later on today. I'll take some pictures of those blinds that were made by the competitors. We have quite a few that are still standing out there. So.
Yeah, there was only, I think, 2, maybe 3, and it was dark. That was in the very early morning when I got to that point, so there may have been other ones that I couldn't see, but there were only 2 for sure, maybe 3 that were already built before we got there.
Yeah. So, how long did you make it in the ST8 Sundowner?
I think my memory is foggy, I think, because I was so tired and just worn out, but I think it was 3 o'clock.
Okay.
When I...
03?
Yeah. So it was just under 15 hours was my time.
Yeah. How far did you walk?
20 miles.
20 miles.
20 miles.
Yeah.
Yes, very far. Uphill, both ways.
Is that the furthest you've walked with your pack?
Yeah, by far. Yeah. But probably times 20.
And walking when it's cold and
yes.
walking in the mountainous terrain.
Yes.
Had to negotiate. And what do you do for a living?
I am a stay-at-home mom.
Stay-at-home mom.
That's right.
Which is a very time-consuming and difficult job, especially in training. So it doesn't matter who you are. You did the survival trial.
I did it.
You did it well.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
So that's Shelly Weiler. She's Team Cat Carjack, and very proud of her. She's my wife.
You don't need every competitor like this.
Okay, right now I'm looking at our 48-hour solos coming back. That's our shotgun trap range at the Inner Whittington Center, so that's the background. But they're getting off here now, and I'm going to go visit with them and congratulate them and see how they're doing. I can see Team Trigger, or Trigger 1 is moving in, and looks like his feet are hurting, but he's here. He was a very strong competitor, very positive out there.
I ran into him too at that same physical obstacle.
Yeah, so that's very neat to watch. But we'll get some information from those guys and some pictures, and we'll start to catch up a little bit with the arena. Now we're on the last 24 hours with Team CRG and Zeke. Both 2-hour teams. CRG is right now, I'm pointing at Eagle Tail Mountain, and at the very top of that. They just negotiated Hogan Valley, and that's a fun one. It's a lot of shooting up there. So from where they're going to go from there, I don't know how many miles, but I know that they're getting close to 50, or if they're already past 50 miles. But I filled them up with water about an hour ago. And great spirits, really strong, and it's just like nothing, you know. So it's really nice to see that. And Zeke's the same way. Zeke's trudging along and very, very strong. When he hits these scenarios and physical obstacles, he hits them hard. So very, very fit and very smart competitors. So we'll be back here in probably another 4 hours. Give you an update, and stay tuned to Instagram and our Survival Trial Facebook page, Twitter. We've been putting these out. I'm starting to catch up now with 24-hour, and we're really focusing on 48 and our 72-hour team. So we'll be back here soon. I want to thank Cat Carjack for joining me on this live update. And again, I want to tell you what a great job you did, and all of you competitors who are now at home or traveling home from the 24-hour race. What a great job you did.
Yes, fantastic work, everybody, and you guys, the people putting it all together.
Yes, well, thank you for that. We have our evaluators. Our OC is Jack Poland, who's the controller. He's been moving our evaluator teams around the arena. He's always here as a staple point of the survival trial, so very fortunate to have him. Chip Cleaver, I want to thank him. One of our evaluators that have come up, and he's been here for this afternoon. Phil Adams, he had to leave this morning too. I want to thank you for coming up and spending the time that you have. And Katie and Brad Seafotter, thank you for coming up. Sydney Colvin. Sydney had to leave us yesterday morning. She was for 24 hours. Seafotters will be with us for the rest of the time here. And they're a husband and wife team, and they've evaluated our team. It's great to be around them. They're always prepared, and always do such a great job out here. And my brother too, Ed Weiler, he had come up, and he's come down from Omaha, Nebraska, and he's been helping us out the whole time. So, yep, Shane Saavedra and Cody Saavedra. They are also a staple point of the survival trial. Always here, doing a great job. So father and son team, thank you very much. And they've actually developed or designed the parent trap scenario that he's been working on here for the last 10 hours. So very, very fortunate to have them. And Seth Branscombe, they're coming Friday morning to help out too. So we'll see more from our evaluators, and we'll get them out and hopefully get to meet everybody at the wrap here tomorrow night. All right, so we'll be back here in about another 4 to 5 hours with the update with how CRG and Zeke are doing. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you here at about 5 o'clock.